Hi, guys. So I kind of just want to set this up really quick. Um, Earlier, I was live streaming, and it was a very important conversation that we were supposed to have. And in that conversation, I began to share a comment from one of you, a very important one, to share a story that is just so potent. And social media decided to try and shut me up. And so your girl went live to finish that conversation via my private servers on Vimeo and my website. And I've gone ahead and decided to put both videos together for your viewing enjoyment. And I will go ahead and be here with you guys. Okay. I'm going to be here with you guys. And I'm also going to go ahead and be in the comments and available after the end of the live stream so that we can kind of share our stories and continue the conversation. This is a very important thing to talk about. This is a very important time to talk about it. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and continue the video. I'm live both on Facebook and YouTube. This live stream is necessary. It's necessary. I feel a shifting within myself, and that shifting is causing an awareness of the necessity of certain types of conversation. Let me just do Facebook really quick. So while I'm doing this, if you could please invite and share any female, any feminine energies, people who resonate with feminine energies, invite them to this live stream. It's like so important. These are conversations that we need to have, conversations that could change the world, you know? Conversations that conversations that can kind of create the type of change that's necessary. So here's the thing. Let me just put all my stuff up on screen. um there's been a lot of things that have been going on in my mind, in my thoughts, and just a lot of development of my sense of self and my place in the world. um I find myself wanting and needing to find more of myself. You know what I mean? So it's no secret. It's been a very rough time for me. I can't even confine it to a specific time frame. And things have kind of just begun to bubble over, and the intensity of it is no longer something that's bearable, something that can be endured. And it's caused a lot of, I guess you could say, growth within me. Um, and I'm taking full credit for my growth. Okay. I'm taking absolute full credit for the ways in which I'm allowing my life circumstance to be the very impetus for me to choose myself, my growth, and my rise from the ashes of yesterday. Right. So after the live stream this morning, I went to the gym. I had my I had my waist trainer on because I am still injured, and I needed to kind of just get out my frustrations and all of that, right? And the waist trainer, I typically don't wear that to the gym, but I wore it to ensure that my back is protected, that my pelvis is kept in place. And I would say, from a physiological workout fitness point of view, that was the best decision ever, right? I was able to work out and get a lot of my frustration out. But something happened at the gym, and mm, it allowed me to create an awareness that I don't think I've had before. If I have, I'm sure I've experienced something similar in the past, but it affected me so differently today. It did. So I arrived at the gym, and I typically will begin my workout by doing some Romanian deadlifts, get my posterior chain ready, happen to be back day, perfect. And I start deadlifting, and I get a sickening feeling from something behind me. I look in the mirror because I'm facing the mirror, huge mirror, a wall worth of mirror. And I see someone working out behind me on the machines. And I'm just like, girl, stop. You're just very raw, you know? You're going through things, you're very raw, and and don't make anything of something that's probably nothing. Focus on your workout. And the funny thing is, um, when I work out, and I've shared this before, I don't wear my glasses. I can't see far without my glasses. And I don't wear my glasses because I don't want to be involved in anyone else's workout or space or be aware of anyone, to be honest. I want to just focus on my workout. Today, though, right before I began to work out, the first thing I did was put my glasses on. And I wonder if that's like an analogy for the way women are forced to exist in this world, where the very tools, the very things that are designed to help you see further into the future are the very things that we're kind of told, programmed to not wear, to not utilize, so that we can be partially blind as we go through life, right? Because it's easier to tolerate women when they're partially blind, partially deaf, partially mute. I'm none of those things today. Did my workout. I typically do 3 sets of deadlifts, 3 sets, 15 reps each. This man was watching me intensely, very intensely. I felt very unsafe. My husband was at the gym with me. He was working out in a different area. And I was telling myself again, girl, you're just raw. You feel very vulnerable. You're fine. Don't make something out of nothing. Finish my first set. He's still staring at me. He's not even trying to hide it. I don't know if I should do my second set. I don't know what he's going to do. Then I convinced myself, girl, stop. It's because you have your waist trainer on. It's totally cinched you in, and your booty's popping right now. You can't like blame someone. You can't blame an adult for wanting to look at your booty. This is how I was dressed at the gym. I told myself it was my fault. That's why he was staring at me. Gaslit myself through my second set. Then comes my third set. Now I'm really uncomfortable. I don't want to do any exercises where I have to bend over. And I'm like, take a picture of him. Make it clear you're taking a picture of him through the mirror. And I took several pictures as I worked out because this man followed me through the whole gym, watched me from between machines. I told myself, well, girl, if you're uncomfortable, move to a different part of the gym. You don't have to make trouble. You know, you're getting too accustomed to being drama. Look at all the drama you've been through in the past 2 days alone. Like, don't fucking start drama at the gym too. Woo! Can you believe that? I kept telling myself that. And then my son arrives. And I'm pissed off at that point. He's like, what's wrong? Nothing. Nothing. Start to work out more. I go to a different area because I think he can't see me through all the cables and the people between us, and no, still staring. I get so upset. I go to a completely different area of the gym, and I make sure to skirt around the long way where I have to go through a maze of cardio machines because I'm not very tall. And if I walk through the cardio machines, you can't see me. And that's what I do. And I get to the other part of the gym and I'm working out. And I can tell this man is looking for me. And he spots me. And so he goes, walks past me, like he thinks I don't notice. And he picks a machine behind me. And now, at this point, it's obvious. I am not the issue. I am not the drama. But there's about to be a big fucking drama in this gym. I cut my set short. I walk right past him to the front desk. And I loudly ask the workers before I even reach the front desk, what's your policy on members who make other members feel very uncomfortable and unsafe? They were both women working the front. And they're like, what? There is a member in this gym that has been following me through the gym, and I feel very uncomfortable and unsafe. They ask me, where is he? On the other side of this wall. Then I walk with her a little bit forward so that I can point out exactly who it is. You know what she said to me? Bless her heart, because she probably doesn't know any better. I'm a regular at this gym. She says to me, isn't your husband here with you? Yes, he is. And she says, is he working? Is he doing cardio upstairs? Yes, he is. Well, okay, if it happens again, you should just go to your husband. No. No. I will not disrupt my husband from his workout. You will protect me as a member of this gym who pays for the safety. You will enforce whatever policy you have. At which point, and she wasn't dismissing me. Okay, I don't feel like it was a dismissive type behavior or dismissive type response. It felt like what society has been programmed to believe. That's what it felt like. No, I didn't involve my husband at all. She said, if he does it again, you know, we're definitely going to talk to him. And I said, I don't know if maybe you need to watch him to see how he watches me. But no. And I was on the first floor. My husband could see me on the second floor. He's kind of like, what the heck's going on? Left that guy at his machine. I go over to my son. Hey, can you come? I'm sorry to mess up your workout, but can you come and stand behind me to make sure this motherfucker does, like, I just want to finish my workout. At which point now my son is heated. He's like, who? Who? My son's not a small guy. My husband's definitely not a small guy. Next thing you know, I see him coming down the stairs. He's angry. And I just want to work out. There's something to say when your body feels strong, even if your mind doesn't. And I just wanted to feel strong. I wanted to have an opportunity to work out in peace. I don't dress provocative, regardless of what people say. I should not be ashamed for being a large breasted woman. I should not have to wear layers upon layers to hide my body. If I don't want your attention, you should respect another human being enough to stop with your obsessive behaviors. And so I didn't want to get kicked out of the gym. I just wanted to finish working out. I was already upset. I was already frustrated. And this guy's energy changed the moment my husband and my son began to work out right beside him. He even had the audacity to smile at my husband as though he wasn't doing anything. And I had to ask my husband and my son to not make any trouble. What kind of world do we live in? And it's like, I don't know if maybe I've had rose colored glasses on this whole time. Like, I understand the atrocities of the world, but maybe I didn't allow myself to truly, fully immerse myself in it. Eventually, the guy left, and I continued my workout. And I noticed other guys look over at me, and I felt myself becoming very tense, waiting for more issues. And there were none. There were none. And I found myself again like, maybe I just shouldn't have come to the gym. Maybe it's because I have my waist trainer on. Maybe I did something. I don't know. And as I was lifting heavy, I found myself really, really developing in my thoughts and my perception. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing to warrant perverted behavior. And I began to remind myself, you are a beautiful woman. Of course, people will look. You are working on your fitness. It is having a profound effect on your figure. Of course, people will look. But none of these other people who take a glance, they don't make you feel uncomfortable. They don't make you feel unsafe. And that's when I realized it wasn't because he was looking. It's because I was reading his thoughts. I had the sense that he would wait for me to finish my workout and wait outside and approach me outside. It's because he wasn't just undressing me with his eyes. It's the thoughts that I couldn't drown out, the thoughts that were so loud and so disgusting that I couldn't ignore it. See, it's not necessarily all men, but the ones that do this, the ones that make women, goddesses in flesh, feel unsafe in their flesh, they are a major fucking problem. And so now I'm realizing the gravity of the problem the world faces, the gravity of the problem that the world currently faces. It's not a men versus women, it is the healthy versus the depraved, the sickos of the world, the people who think they can own another, the people who fantasize. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And so it created a lot of shifting in my thoughts, a lot of shifting in my perception of my proper place, a lot of shifting in my perception of what conversations I should be having with my community, the ways in which I need to lead, the ways in which I can very healthily and in a very balanced way follow behind all of you as well. Conversations need to be had. We need to initiate the type of change that really is desperately needed. Because what I experienced today is nothing in comparison to what many other goddesses in flesh experience on a regular basis. Now, there was a comment. One second. Let me see if I can find it. There was a comment on another video that I did, and the notification came in, and I hadn't read it, but a notification came in. And that notification that came in, I ended up reading it after I got home from the gym, right? This is the point where social media cut me off because I said the SA word. Why can't we call it what it is? Why can't we call out the people who do this to us? Why does society protect the identity and the behaviors of predatory people? That needs to change. That needs to be changed. We should be able, as adults, to have a conversation where we use the appropriate language to describe with accuracy the atrocities that we endure at the hands of predatory people. We should not be silenced in any way, shape, or form. This was a comment I was reading. They were part of the force. They were called racial slurs. They were SA'd on their first day at work. She's not allowed to tell her story. I'm not allowed to be her mouth. I'm not allowed to be her voice. We have to fall in line and protect the identities and the behaviors by not being allowed to use the appropriate vernacular, the appropriate words that accurately describe the atrocities we endure as human beings. The world will change. It's not, it has to change. It will change. You and I, we're changing it together. We are changing this together. We're starting tonight. We're starting tonight. I'm seeing you guys sharing your stories and your experiences. Please continue to share. We're going to have this discussion as soon as the video, the recording is done. We're going to go full deep into a discussion. I want you to share. I want you to feel empowered. You are here surrounded by other powerful people. The time for your fear is gone. Here, you are powerful. Here, you have a voice. We are interested in hearing what you have to say. We want to know your story. We want to be aware of how much you have lived through so we can better understand how strong you are. Find your courage. Share your story while the video continues, okay? Find your courage. So, sorry. It's a very interesting thing when important conversations are needing to be had. And, you know, they're not being had. Why? Because those in control, they don't want you to know. They don't want us to come together and, I don't know, maybe empower each other. They don't want us to feel united in the things that we experience. They don't want us to this. They don't want us to that. They don't want. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares what they want and don't want? Who cares what they want and don't want? I think what's important right now is for us to be able to really, truly, really, truly allow ourselves to be able to have the important conversations that are needing to be had. Give me 1 second. I'm going to post on Facebook link. If I was just messing around and, being nonsensical and what I'm sharing, zero problems, zero glitches, zero any of that. But the moment I begin to talk about important things that empower us, not just as women, but as societies, members of society, of course, we can't talk about that. And y'all, for those of you who are on Vimeo and not just the website, the Emmy Evolving website, please find me on Vimeo. I went ahead and I put the link. If you refresh my emmyevolving.com website, you'll be able to see the actual link. Please follow me on Vimeo. Follow me on Vimeo. Make sure you have my website bookmarked. Allow yourself to really, really, really be connected to me as deeply as you want to be. So let me close out StreamYard. The things that are happening within society need to be corrected. The things that we deal with as women, as members of society, it needs to be corrected. Hold on. A lot of what we go through because we are divided. Not just divided as women, but divided as members of society. A lot of the things that we experience are unnecessary. Unnecessary harm to our sense of self, unnecessary exposure to divisive type behaviors. It's unnecessary. We, as the matriarchs of society, we need to stand up and speak up and make it known we will not fucking take any more. We don't need to take any more. And I'm so fucking proud of myself for not quietly shrinking away and feeling like I have to leave the gym because there was a perverted individual in the gym. No. No. I am well within my right and reason to request corrective measures be taken by the gym that I pay a membership to. No, I don't need to approach this man. I considered approaching the man and asking him, "Why are you staring at me?" No, that is not my job to do that. It is my job to let the establishment that I pay for a safe experience to make them aware that I am not experiencing safety right now. I'm not talking about being a Karen. No. I'm talking about speaking up for yourself. It's not enough to find your voice. You have to use it as well. You have to use your voice, and you have to do so in a very empowered way. I'm not talking about making demands and this and that. No, I'm letting you know there's an issue, and I'm going to really need you to correct this issue, please. It is affecting my sense of safety. It is okay for us as women to come together and become supportive of each other. I'm not talking about that toxic femininity. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about recognizing the matriarchy within you and using that matriarchy to support, empower, and encourage other matriarchs. We don't have to take society back. We already own it. We do not have to take back society. We are the mothers. Far too many generations have been born to women who forgot what it meant to be a mother and a matriarch. I am not saying we are responsible for the degeneration of society. I am saying we have the power to correct this. No longer participating in the very programs that were designed first and foremost to dethrone you. No, I'm not getting off my throne. No. No. I am not talking about getting very, very aggressive and vocal with someone else, thinking that, you know, well, it's in front of other people, they'll protect me. No. I don't trust strangers in that way anymore. I've long since stopped trusting strangers in that way. Far too many times I've seen complete strangers not giving a shit about anyone else, seeing atrocious things happening, and they continue. to scroll on their phone as they walk away. I'm talking about finding the power within yourself. I'm talking about taking the appropriate steps that are necessary to keep yourself safe and to be empowered in your existence, not at the cost of someone else's empowerment. No. But when it is a sick member of the group, when they are sick in the head, no, I'm not enabling your pathology, your sickness, your illness. I'm not going to enable that. I am feeling so deeply that we have now entered into a time where we as women, we need to remember our proper place in the world. It's not in the kitchen. It's not. It's not. You can be in the kitchen if you want, yes, but that's not your proper place. You are a limitless spark of creation. Does that mean you have to work outside the? No. I'm saying decide what your proper place is and accept nothing short of that. I love this. Can I show this? Is there a way for me to show this? Ugh. Sammy wrote, "You touch my heart with mothers not being mothers. I have been reflecting on my mother and me as a mother, how I need to change what I've been. Thank you. I'm a new person and new and mother wife. Thank you." You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. There's no limits in the way you exist. None. There is no limits in that. You don't have to be nothing but kindness and softness to be a good woman. There is no limits in who you are, what you can be. And no, it's bullshit to try and compete with men. I don't have a penis. Why would they be my competition? We're completely different. From our hormonal makeup to our chromosomes to all of that. We are fundamentally different. Oh, you want to tell me no? No, I don't care. Men can do whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as it does not disturb my peace or the peace of other people that I love. You are not my concern. I am not your mom. And too many of us have really gotten so twisted in the way that we see our role in society. We think that we have to be everyone's nurturer. Sometimes the most nurturing thing you can do is drop someone on their fucking ass and let them figure shit out. Sometimes the most nurturing thing you can do is to choose yourself rather than the person you keep enabling with your presence and your help. We have to allow ourselves to return back to our proper place. And our proper place is in our throne room, on our throne. It means entering into a space within yourself where not only are you recognizing you are a goddess in the flesh, but you're also embracing that as your truth. Where you are allowing yourself to become empowered to really, truly just love yourself in the way you are capable of loving other people. Society tells you that if you cater to yourself, rather than catering to other people who are so accustomed to being catered to, that you are a bad woman, that you are a bad person, that you are a bad mother. You know, one of the healthiest things that I realized as a mother is that playing a martyr is not healthy. for my children to witness. That if it's my desire for my children to grow up to be healthy, whole men, like they need to see me exist as a healthy, whole woman who is in a partnership, an equally powerful partnership with an equally powerful and equally whole man. What are we taught instead? As women, what are we taught? Let's take a look at what spirituality is teaching us, right? So, spirituality. If we look at social media, we will see that to be a sacred feminine, you have to dance around in like, you know, goddess attire with like armbands and like piercings on the face and like, you know, like namaste, you know, like just really dancing. Like, no, fucking bullshit. I'm just as equally feminine and powerful and nurturing and soft sitting here in fucking gym clothes talking like a sailor. I don't have to play a role for those who tell me that unless I play a role, I am less than the woman beside me. I'm not going to play a role. You are no longer going to play a role. You are not a character in some fictitious story. You are not some type of caricature of what society has determined is a good woman. You are not. You are not. What are we going to do? How do we get to a point where we begin to feel comfortable with who we are? And in that comfort and that sense of safety within your flesh, you can begin to blossom as a beautiful wildflower that you are. Wildflowers don't allow other people to dictate how they will grow. They will grow however the fuck they feel like growing. I'm just saying. That's a wildflower. That's a wildflower right there. It is not for other people to tell you who you should be, what you should be, where you should be. Like, it is not for other people to dictate to you what it means to be a woman, to be a goddess made of flesh. I am that because I said I am. Can we practice saying that? Can we practice embracing that as our truth, as part of our core truth? I am because I said I am. Now, the way we're going to make this into our reality is when we are that because we said we are and we conduct ourselves as such. A goddess would never bow to a lesser being. And unless you conduct yourself as a goddess as well, or a god in the flesh, I'm just going to have to leave you be because I really don't have time for that. I am busy being an amazing expression of who I am. I am busy. I am busy. And so I enter into this space where my busyness is something that is intentional. It is something that I have cultivated. It is something that I have personally chosen. It is something, it is something, it is something. And all of those somethings are determined and dictated by me. You see the underlying theme? It's all up to me. It is all up to me. It is all up to you. What you choose to do, the way you choose to allow or disallow, the way you no longer play the roles that you are told you need to play. Because why? Because someone else told you? Because someone else guilted you into being. Yeah, no, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not comply. I will not allow. No, no. What is your definition of a goddess in the flesh? When do you feel the most like a goddess? When other people tell you you are? Or when you take your rightful place as such? Being a goddess in the flesh does not mean all of a sudden the other women, the other feminines in your environment are downgraded because you're there and you're better. Has nothing to do with competition, comparison, or any of that other toxic as fuck behavior and mindset. Has nothing to do with that at all. As I exist, I am a goddess in flesh. And being a goddess in flesh means I have the capacity to see the goddess in every other sacred feminine around me. And just because someone doesn't behave as a goddess yet does not necessarily mean that I'm suddenly thinking and feeling they are less than me. It does mean that if there is no alignment between us, if there is no resonance, I need to excuse myself and leave you in your peace. And if your peace is in acting very, very toxic towards yourself or towards other people, yes, my heart might break for you, but I will leave you in that peace, a peace you have chosen. It is not my place to tell you who to be. Just like my belief that it is no one's place to tell me who to be. What do we need from other women? As a sacred feminine, what do you need from another woman? What is it? What are you lacking? Do you feel like you're lacking something? Do you feel like you need other women to encourage? Do you feel like, as a woman, as a sacred feminine, you need other women to show you what it means to be empowered within your life? What do you need? What do you need? Knowing what you need is the first step. And after that first step, receiving, retrieving what you need from your environment, from others. That's the next step. Allowing yourself to take in what is freely given to you that is healthy for you. Catherine needs understanding and empowerment from others. Catherine, if you exist in an environment where no one understands you, what will happen? Because most environments that I've entered into, with the exception of the community that I've co-created with the members of the community. People have a tendency to not understand me. I'm not talking about I'm smarter. I'm saying I don't make sense to a lot of people. Most people in my local environment can't understand what I do for work, the way my brain functions, my perceptions, sometimes even my behaviors. So, what happens, Catherine? What happens for you if you don't receive the understanding and the empowerment? And how can people online support you and encourage you if they are not in your environment? She says, it wilts me and I lose my sense of self. As a group of goddesses in the flesh, members of a virtual community, what can we do? How can we come together to support each other as sacred feminines rising? What can we do? Because it's not enough to talk about the problems. It's not enough. We have to begin finding the solutions that we can immediately implement while we seek solutions that will be long-term, but need a little bit of time to implement. What do we need to do for each other? How do we become whole again? How can we come together and really, really, really just like, it's hard. I'm like trying to think of what we need. As sacred feminines, what do we need? The feminines that I have in my life were taught to be servile and to forget about their needs, to accept what is. I need strong role models to learn what is goddess. Ooh. Ooh. I felt that to my core. I need strong role models to learn what a goddess is. What is your perception of a goddess? Is it simply like a woman who's beautiful, who's seen as beautiful by other people? I think for me, a goddess has nothing to do with aesthetics, you know? I think for me, a goddess is someone who feels at home in her flesh, not disempowered by it. Someone who feels the beauty of her skin like a carefully constructed temple, absolutely sacred, and that every movement of her body, it's like a song being sung back to creation. It doesn't even have to do with dancing. It has everything to do with the way she flows in the environment that she's in. And that's just part of my growing perception of what a goddess is. Free to be we says, be a listening ear and give advice when needed. That's so crucial. Give advice when needed or requested, right? The rest is up to the person to move forward in their decision and what they feel is right. We can never force one to move, but we can encourage and hold space when it's needed. Because sometimes people don't move forward because they're afraid of what happens when there's no space for them. Sochi says to love each other, not judge each other, to support each other. Woo! Woo! Mm. Woo! Gosh. To not judge each other. To not enter into a space where your existence has this implication, this implied nature of you are more valid than someone else. I don't believe in that. I don't believe one person is more valid than the other, but I do believe that you should be the utmost importance for you in your life, even as a mother, especially as a mother. I'm not talking about selfish, inconsiderate behaviors. I'm talking about understanding your needs, listening to them, and allowing your children to witness this process so that they can begin modeling their life and their behavior after your own healthy behaviors. I think a lot of what needs to happen will be happening very soon. I'm sure. I'm sure that change is coming. I am absolutely certain the world is about to change. That change, I welcome it. I absolutely welcome it. Yeah. I welcome it. We need it. We need each other just as we are today, not tomorrow, next week, but as we are in the moment. I love that, Catherine. Let me read it again. We need each other just as we are today, not tomorrow or next week, but as we are in the moment. Being who you are in this moment is valuable. You are valuable. Not only after you've achieved things, not only after you do something for someone, not only after someone else validates you or enough people chime in about you. No, no, no. Allow yourself to really drink in, really just sip, sip in the words of truth, the words that empower you and help you to ask yourself the important questions that you need to ask. We're all going to have different questions we have to ask ourselves. Remember, though, it's in asking the question that you open yourself to receiving the answers. I think we all hold the answers. I think we all hold different components of a singular answer that addresses the atrocities of society. I don't know what needs to happen to the world. I don't know what needs to happen to the world, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned that whatever needs to happen, it might be something that's very painful for most. It might be something that is just so ridiculously painful. Something so ridiculously just don't know. I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I mean, are you guys sick and tired of being sick and tired? You know? Oh my gosh, Salome, you've been the healthiest female role model. It just goes to show that we just don't see ourselves clearly. She says, you've been the healthiest female role model for me on my journey so far. It's hard. It is very, 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 very hard to see clearly in a world that's just so distorted. Distorted in its perceptions, distorted, just distorted. It's hard to see clearly. Lisa says, just because someone validates you today doesn't mean they validate you the next. As sacred feminines, let's validate ourselves every day. Sapphire Song says, I've always felt the thoughts of others around me, so I never felt safe to be fully in my body and seen. Men's weird thoughts also took a long time for me to understand why other women wanted to tear me down when I wanted the best for everyone and saw everyone as beautiful. Sapphire Song, I think it's important for you to know. I saw the notification for your message come in, and it was actually your message that helped me to understand and accept that I was not being the drama at the gym today. I hope you understand the gravity of your message and the timing of when it arrived. It's the very thing, your words, what you wrote, was the very thing that shifted me. It shifted me. And it caused me to utilize my voice in a way that was appropriate, that was necessary, that was healthy, and that was empowering. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much to all of you who serve these different roles. I've never really had healthy women in my life until recently. A couple of years ago, I came across my two BFFs, and we went through stuff, not drama between us, but just fucking drama. And they helped me to see, like, women are not intrinsically toxic. It's literally, these two people helped me to realize women are not intrinsically toxic or drama, you know? And as they helped me to see that, I then began to very slowly deconstruct some of the walls that I created between myself and other women. And I began to see, like, whoa, whoa, oh shit. It's not true that women are always drama and competing with each other. Sochi says, I agree. For me, Emmy has helped me be aware of myself more, to accept myself as a totality. I'm still working on it, but I have grown a lot. I love that. I love that. I love the recognition of the need for more growth and more consciousness awareness, more expansion of that awareness, but also a recognition of how much you've grown. Like, I love that. I love how balanced that is. Tanya says, I feel this to my core. Going through a situation with my daughter, it's painful. I have to fight for myself and my children's safety, and her father treating me like I was in the wrong. I am taking my power back. It's been hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. I come from a history of the father figure, the patriarch, conditioning the children to believe that a matriarch is always toxic, that she is to stay silent and just do as she's told, that she is to be the provider and the strongest, yet conduct herself as the weakest and the lowest. And maybe that's why I'm the way I am, because I don't give a shit. I'm fucking strong in my own right. You will not take that away from me. I cannot even take that away from me. We will get through this. We will continue to have the conversations that need to be had. And I think what I'm going to start doing, I know I've said it before, and I feel like now I'm properly preparing myself to actually take the action. But I think what needs to happen is that I need to live stream on my website, that I have to do this in the right way and not be dependent on these toxic systems called social media, these systems that interfere with the most potent messages. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever the message is most potent, whenever it's going to be something that's the most empowering for the people who need to be empowered, not just us sacred feminines, but whatever the message is, if it's too powerful, if it's groundbreaking type of conversation, of course the video will freeze. Of course the reach will be restricted. Of course, I'm done with the bullshit. What I'm going to do, download the first half, I will put them together, and then I will up YouTube as a premiere proper conversation as the video plays. Because this message will go out, it will not be stopped, I will not be silenced. And if I have to serve as a matriarch for all of society, by golly, I am fucking well equipped for that. I'm well equipped for that. I'm an amazing mother. I just intuitively know when you need a hug and when you need me to hold you by the shoulder, shake you a little bit, and be like, listen, it's going to be fine. We're going to work through this. Let's find solutions. Let's plug those solutions in. I am damn well fucking equipped to mother the entirety of the human race. Ask anyone who knows me in real life. Motherhood is where I excel. A mother, whether you have biological children or not, when you stand in a mother's role, when you are a mother figure for other people, you are a fucking phoenix. The fires that people set to destroy you are the very fires that cause you to further rise. It's time for us to begin remembering that. It's time for us to be what we were meant to be. What is that? The bonfire that lights the way to a future that's worthy of all of us. And may the bridges we burn light the way for us to find our path back to ourselves. It's time to burn the bridge that keeps taking you across the river, back to that toxic space of societal programs. It's time to burn the bridge that takes you across the river, back to that space where you were conditioned to believe that you are inconsequential, irrelevant, disposable, not enough, not worth the effort. Fuck all that shit. Burn that bridge and use it to reignite your sacred flame. We are not burning people. We are burning the bridges that take us back to the places we have outgrown. And honey, I tell you, when you share space with me, that is evidence that you have outgrown your former life, your former identity, your former processes, former connections that don't want you to grow and rise like the phoenix that you are. That's it. Join me later tonight. I'm going to splice these two videos together. We're going to have a good, powerful conversation in the comments. I will load the video and it will live stream to all my platforms so that we can discuss everything together in the comments. It's time. I say that too much, but it's necessary. It's time. This far off moment that you've been waiting for, that you're anticipating, that when this, and this happens, then I'll be free. Then I'll be empowered. Then I'll be independent. Then I can step into my right. No, it's now. Now. Do it with me now. Now. We've been ready. We've been ready. My mom used to make me laugh because if we'd have somewhere that we needed to go, I'd ask her, "Are you ready?" And she would say, "I'm a Girl Scout. I was born ready." And that would crack me up. She's so far from a Girl Scout. She is so far from a Girl Scout. But the conviction with which she would say that, it would just tickle me. It would tickle me because as a woman who's been conditioned to shrink, to bow down, to cower, to cave, to be the provider, yet treated as though what? You're inconsequential. You're the most powerful one in the family. And for her to just momentarily step into this, I was born ready. That conviction. Woo! Yes, you were. Get in the fucking car, please. We've been waiting for 45 minutes. You've been ready for 45 minutes? Or are you just, and it would be funny. It would be funny. Of course, I wouldn't cuss at her because I come from a culture where you don't cuss at your elders. But I would speak with spice. I would speak with spice. And it'd be a lovely little moment where I would see the twinkle in her eyes before she shrinks back down and reverts back to her proper place. No, we're not going to shrink. There is no proper place. The proper place for you is wherever you decide. I want you to walk beside me, not as a follower, as my equal. I want society, I want the world to witness a wave of matriarchs cleansing the land, where we stand in our own power. And we don't stand there in our power because we're bitter, because we had no choice, because no one supports us. No, because we chose to. Because we chose to, and because we chose it, that's what will it be. World needs to witness it at this point. I don't know how this journey will unfold, but I feel my life preparing me for a greatness that I once was afraid of. Once upon a far off time. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not when I have my fire just blazing inside me. Not when I've been challenged by the epitome of toxic masculine bull fucking shit. And to have that happening while on this side, my community, my people, all of you are so powerfully supporting me, like, no, I will not cower. I will not shrink. I will not fade away. I will not quiet down. I will not be gaslit. I will not fall back in line. I'm the leader of the fucking line, and that's my proper place because I decided to be. And this is not even me angry. This is me in my conviction, passionate in my awareness of what my proper place is. I have been entrusted to lead a community to a different space. And I will do what I've been asked to do by soul. And what is that? Simply pave the way and give you the freedom to walk that path if you choose. I hope you choose to. I hope whatever fears that are popping up in your head right now of how you're not enough, how you don't want to disappoint me, and this and that, and all of these other reasons that are not your words. Those are other people and the recordings of their insecurities that you pulled in. That's what those are. I look at you and I see a reflection of myself during a different part of my journey. Baby boo, look at me now. That's where you're going to be too. All you got to do is choose to walk the path. You don't even have to climb mountains. The reason it seems like this is such a far off thing is because the path is flat and you cannot see too far. The reason I have the clarity is because I'm so much further down the path that I'm now standing on a mountain and I can see the entire landscape. You are doing beautifully. You are progressing beautifully. You might not think so, but honey, I can see further than you. I can see how far you've come. And that's why I needed to be on the mountain. So I can let you know, bitches, you're almost there. You're almost there. Don't worry. Don't stop now. Keep going. You're almost there. You see, I wasn't placed on the mountain. I climbed up it. I didn't climb up the mountain to be above everyone else. I climbed it to cheer you on. And I'm not there to be there alone. I'm there waiting for you to join me. How beautiful is that? How fucking powerful is that? It's as powerful as we need to be here in this moment right now. Beneath all that fear, all that worry about you're not enough, your power is already there. It's already there. It's been there. It's going to stay there and wait for you to dig deep enough in your truth to retrieve it. Honey, you have a shovel in your hand. Start digging. Find your truth, find your power, find your purpose, find your passion. It's all there, all beautifully packaged, just waiting for you to unearth it. And I will be waiting for you to join me. We got this. We got this. Not just as women, but as healthy members of society. We've got this. And we're going to begin changing things because we're no longer going to comply with these systems that were designed to perpetuate separation between men and women. These systems that were designed to create separation between melanin content, like a goddess is a goddess is a goddess. flesh is merely an adornment. And just like you would pick a different color sweater than I would, that's what the flesh color is. Nothing but a garment for you to wear while you're here on earth. A goddess is a goddess is a goddess. Claim your rightful title. Claim your rightful place. Get back on the path that was custom designed just for you and start walking on it. There's no rush. There's no pressure. There's simply a need for you to acknowledge the reality of the greatness that you've always been. We are not going to stay quiet anymore. We are not going to comply. We are not going to gaslight ourselves into believing we are the drama. We're not. Your needs is not drama. Drama is other people's reaction to you vocalizing your need. Let people know that next time they say you're being dramatic because you're expressing a need. A need, not a preference. Not a preference. All right? A need. Respect your needs. Honor them. Allow yourself to honor yourself. I'm waiting for you at the top of the mountain. There's plenty of space and plenty of love. Let's go. Let's start walking or jogging or skipping or however way you want to move. Hell, saunter down your path. Make it extra sensual. As long as you allow the flow of your truth to be felt by your body and expressed through the movement that is you, you'll get up that mountain. I'll be cheering you on every single step. And once you're there beside me, we can all hold each other and celebrate what we've accomplished as goddesses in the flesh. The world feels different. It feels different than the way it did this morning. This thing that had a grip on my heart, it wasn't anxiety. It was some type of recognition of the changes that were brewing inside me that were initiated the other day. Yeah. Yeah. Goodness is just around the bend. I'm eager to retrieve it and live it. I think this is a good place for us to stop. Be ready to share your story. Be ready to allow other people to witness your truth. Be ready. Be ready. Welcome it. This is your opportunity to free yourself in your voice. Be ready. I'll be right there with you. And we will talk and share and become empowered as a community. Be ready to feel more of yourself at home within yourself once again. Be ready. I love you guys. I love you guys. Guys, are you ready? Are you ready to see yourself changing the world around you? Are you ready to reclaim your titles? We have these beautiful, royal, regal titles that we have foregone in order to fit into the basics of being human. You ready? Are you ready to feel the truth of how powerful you are and the type of effects that you have on your environment? There is something so magical about matriarchal energy. If you don't know what that means, if you don't know how to quantify the magic of the matriarch, I think the most effective way for me to help you understand what that is, to really like just know what that is, take a deep breath, close your eyes, just breathe. Just allow yourself to listen to the sound of my voice. Just breathe very deep, very slow. Remember a time when you felt so afraid and so alone, and all you wanted so badly was your mom. Just breathe, because I'm here. I'm here. I've got you. Allow yourself to feel me wrap my arms around you. I won't let anything happen to you. And just breathe and allow yourself to release the fear, whether the release is simply exhaling or a large amount of tears. Let go of that fear. I'm right here. I'm right here beside you. Allow yourself to feel me, to feel how far I would go to make sure that you're safe. Just breathe and allow yourself to feel it. You don't have to understand what you're feeling. Just allow yourself to experience and observe. This is the magic of matriarch energy. To know that nothing can touch you. To know that you are loved beyond words and measure. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale slow. Dry your tears. The time for fear is done. It's time to walk forward with your head held high, because I walk behind you, looking in all directions, making sure nothing interrupts what you're trying to accomplish. Just breathe. Breathe and stay with me. How do you guys feel? Do you feel that space that once hurt for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to not hurt? You feel that space no longer hurting? You feel lighter? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel like you could conquer the world? That there's nothing you can't do? There's something just so beyond magical about matriarch energy. And it's not to say that we are to compare it with patriarchal energy, or that we are saying matriarchal energy is more important, more valid, more powerful, or anything like that. We have to step away from those programs that cause us to revert back to this way of being where we're competing with each other, where we have to win at all costs. You've already won. Being alive right now, you won the lotto. This is a powerful period that we are in. Even Gaia herself is preparing the land for the types of change the matriarch will bring. You guys, I love this. As a kid, I looked for my family. The people I was with were foreign. Maybe this is what I was looking for, an accepting fam. And I feel that so deeply. I feel that so deeply, just so deeply. There were quite a few comments that I just, like these comments totally just touched me. Carmen said, "Thank you, Emmy, for empowering us daily and for giving us an example of strength to face whatever challenges life presents." It's like powerful, powerful. Let me see. This right here. No matter what you've been through or are going through, you are loved and you matter. Your children matter. Your stories matter. And do you know how much you matter? Have you forgotten? Or worse, have you begun to believe the lie? If we moved as a solidified whole, these current norms would be everything but. And in order for us to do that, we need to let the establishments know. Let everything and everyone who is going to occupy space with you, around you, let them know. Let them know. Let them know. This right here. Society would have all women in a place of servitude. That's not acceptable. And this is powerful because it's the appropriate way to word it. It is society, not women, not men, society. Society. There is no gender war. There is no necessary war within our communities. We are being told by the establishment who we are supposed to fight against. And who do you think that is? Each other, of course. Each other. I'm done listening. I'm just done listening. I love this one too. I get nearer to where I know where my proper place is. I continue to grow, and as I grow, it continues to manifest in my life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lisa shared something super important as well. In our Asian communities, I married into a culture that is so hell bent on women being submissive and being treated like property. I never would submit or conform, and they hated me. And then here's the thing, being an Asian woman, I know what that feels like. To have your community, your culture, condition your community to enslave you mentally, emotionally, physically, sometimes, financially, most times. But here's the thing, it extends beyond my own culture. It extends beyond my ethnicity. I am sick and tired of all the stereotypes that exist, because it's these very stereotypes and our allowing the stereotypes to continue that causes people to feel they can only behave within specific parameters, or they will be ostracized. Well, kick me the fuck out. Kick me out. I don't give a shit. Kick me out. Find your courage. Find your courage to stand on your own. And when all the fake shit drops away, when all the people who need you to conform are gone, you are not left alone. You are left prepared to receive your tribe, the people who are worthy of your presence, the people who have the capacity and the willingness to love you as you are and as you grow. How powerful is that? I love this. My goddess attire is my skin. And you have beautiful skin, Ilaraine. I'm just saying. You have ridiculously beautiful skin. Yeah. I was totally hooting and hollering when she came on video. And I was like, girl. And then I made her all uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'll stop. You're just stunning, is what it is. She's stunning. I swear to God. And this part is just as important as the beauty of the first statement. And no matter how much of it is shown or covered, I will be respected. That's a declaration. A declaration. A declaration. This. I would like the mutuality of respect and love from other women. I give no less unless they give less. Even then, that's no cause for me to go out of my way to be ugly. We acknowledge and move accordingly. Love that. The ability to acknowledge the situation for what it is. Mm, mm. I love that. I love that. This right here, too. To stop being so damn jealous and envious. Like, stop. You don't know what the next person has been through, like they know, just like they don't know what you've been through, like you know. We all don't really know each other. Do we have to? In order to have some type of reciprocal, mutually beneficial level of respect? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, why is that so hard? Why is that so hard? This was so powerful. I have love for all women at this point on my journey. Even when the ugliness is given back, I have learned to find the ignorance and innocence within it. Healing is hard. That statement of needing to find the ignorance and the innocence within it, because for many people, their ignorance is a protective shell around their innocence. I don't know that there are that many truly evil people in the world. I think for many of us, we're not necessarily evil, we're just hurt. That's not an excuse, but it's a step in understanding why the behaviors have come to be, and understanding the behaviors and why you didn't deserve it, and where we can begin. I mean, it's powerful. It's powerful. It's powerful to be able to just occupy a space and know that it belongs to you, right? And that space, gosh, that space is your life. It's your thoughts. That space is your feelings. It's your now. How many spaces does the now occupy? NOW, right? Now. Your life, your mind, your feelings. It's in the now. When you think back on events that were difficult for you, events that have traumatized you, and the feelings come rushing back, that is still part of the now. Those are the parts of the lesson from that life experience that you are now needing to begin processing to integrate this knowledge into your wisdom, which is knowledge applied, knowledge in action, right? We have created such a beautiful, powerful community. It's just this like, oh, I love this. Louis says, I've been listening to you for years and I have a lot of love for you and everyone here. This family has gotten me through so much and has given me the courage and strength to keep going. Like, you guys, it's not just me. I'm the probably like the face to it, but like we're doing this for each other. We're doing this for each other. What separates our community from other communities that are online? These virtual communities, these fan clubs, because you guys are not my fans. I am not a celebrity. I am just a girl living her life and sharing space with her online family. That's it. And you are my equals, my family, the people that encourage me, that empower me, that create and hold such a powerful space that I can speak so freely the things that I probably would never say to other people. Not because I'm ashamed or afraid, but because I've learned it's a waste of my sacred breath to speak to closed ears. I do not exist to convince you or coerce you into agreement and alignment with me. I simply exist. And you are free to decide how you will position yourself within my proximity. just as I am free to decide to agree or deny you entrance. How powerful we all are. And when we use our power responsibly, when we use our power in such a way that allows for the phoenix within us to rise, that allows for us to return to this space where we are all gods and goddesses, divinity condensed into the density of flesh. I mean, pretty fucking life altering shit, I'd say. If your life hasn't changed yet from being part of our family, it's because you're still afraid. It's not because you're incapable. It's not because you don't resonate. It's because you're still afraid. You just need a little bit of time, I promise you. I promise you. We will show each other how safe we are to be real and raw, to be vulnerable, to be surrounded by actual soul fam. And once we see this and allow ourselves to truly believe it, pretty amazing things begin to happen in your life. Pretty amazing things begins to happen. And you begin to find that every space you occupy is actually your proper place. Every destination you find yourself at is where you belong. It's not one singular place. There's no magical, politically correct, spiritually, etherically correct answer. You belong everywhere. You belong everywhere. Ooh. I heard you quote one day, "My pain does not define me. It helps me to refine my understanding of self." Did I say that? I don't know what I say. I almost never remember what I've said in the past. That's why half the time I don't know why I've upset someone. I don't know. But that's powerful. My pain does not define me. It helps me to refine my understanding of self. And it's true because that like explains my life. It helps me to understand the things that I need to understand because really at the risk of sounding pompous, when you are as powerful as we are, not just me, when you are as powerful as we require to learn lessons to the highest degree of elevation and expansion of awareness. And in order to do that, you have to dive deep into that human experience because it's in that human experience where you feel the suffering, you feel the pain, you feel the disappointment, the betrayal, just the hurt, the destruction. That's where you begin to learn the nuances of how powerful you are. Because when you feel so destroyed, to that degree destroyed, and then you can pick yourself back up without realizing you're picking yourself back up. How do you not know how powerful you are? You rediscovered this without even trying. We are all in the process of rising. I would love to, Ocean Lover, I would love to. I would love to. If you guys would send me snippets of your story, I would love to create this collective book, this collection of all of our lives, and weave it in such a way that shows how we are truly a tapestry. And then to use the proceeds to build our sanctuary. We need that physical space. It will happen. It will happen. It absolutely will happen. I think for many of us, we're still just needing a little more time to find more of our story, to uncover the courage that we need to dig into our story, take out the tidbits, the gems, the precious gems that will serve as a survival guide for someone else who has not yet found their courage. Mm, mm, mm. I feel our community getting stronger and the connections that we have with each other really just amplifying. I want to create. I don't know what I want to create, but I want to create. I want to create with not just my hands and my thoughts. I want to create with all of our hands and all of our thoughts, our feelings coming together. Our shared experiences, becoming the fine linens and silks that are used to clothe all of us in these royal robes. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. To just be able to come together and create. I think that would be the start. We as the matriarchs, we hold a very important role. We carry a very important responsibility on our shoulders because our shoulders were custom designed to be able to carry this load. We need to make a choice together right now, my fellow goddesses in flesh. Let's create projects where we can begin generating the energy, the funds, all of that stuff to really begin the process of changing the world. I'm done talking about this dream. I'm ready for this dream to become the reality we all live in. I am not Dr. Martin Luther King. I don't want to simply have a dream. I want to have the reality that is worthy of me, that is worthy of my children, that is worthy of the legacy I am creating right now. I want a world that is worthy of everything I have come into flesh to gift the world. And all of you are a part of that. I used to think I was going to do it alone. It takes more than one feather for a bird to fly. That's what Michael just said. It takes more than one feather for a bird to fly. And that's what we are. That's what we are. We are the phoenix feathers. I feel the world is finally ready for us. You guys feel it? It feels like the world is vibrating. It's like a very low hum. Feels like the world is vibrating in anticipation for us, our community, to finally take our rightful place. We are the leaders and the healers and the matriarchs, here to collect the patriarchs, so they can no longer be nothing but the henchmen of darkness and disdain. We don't need any more henchmen. We don't need any more distortions. Everything we need is right here with us already. It's right here with us already. All of you, all of you, we are ready. We are stepping forward. We are rising, and all the feminine energy within all of us, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexual orientation, we all carry within us our own spiritual mothers. How badass is that? How badass is that? You know why, for most of us, we go through either phases and stages during our lifetime or feel it the entire time that our mother, our biological mother, our adopted mother, our stepmother, whoever, the mother figure, um, is somehow deficient, somehow not enough. It's because we're comparing it to a standard that exists within us, that etheric matriarch within you. Nothing could ever compare to that. Nothing human could ever compare to that. Do you know why I feel like a mother to you? Whether you're older than me, younger than me, same age as me, it's all irrelevant. Do you know why I feel like mother energy to you? Because the mother energy in me is awake. It's been woke from its slumber. I am not woke. The mother energy is awake. And when you share space with me, she speaks to the mother inside of you. And because you haven't yet fully connected with your etheric mother energy, you know what happens? Instead of recognizing her for what she is, something within you, you project it onto me and you think, Emmy feels like a mom to me. I'll accept that honor. That is such an honor to me in my heart. I will accept that. But I ask you, I encourage you, at some point when you're ready, recognize you have that within you as well. And really allow yourself to bloom and blossom. And allow yourself to be who you are. The world is ready for us. They won't even see us coming. We're not here to fight a war. We're here to end one. And it's not a war between humans. It's a war that's long overdue to be done. Each of us are strong enough. Each of us are capable enough. And each of us are rising beyond the bare bottom, whatever it is, that the select few tell us we have to remain in. Keep rising. Keep empowering yourself. Keep being such a beautiful, beautiful reflection of everything I'm afraid to see within myself. You guys are the most powerful mirror I've ever stood in front of. You help me to see things in ways that I need. So, I love you guys. And I hope you feel it deep inside you when I say that. I love you guys. Together, we can accomplish more than even what I can imagine. We'll do it. We're already doing it. We're already doing it. We have been. It's just taken me a while to recognize. I'm so proud of every one of you. Thank you guys for sharing this space with me. Thank you for always sharing space with me, for always being so quick to be so supportive, so encouraging, so compassionate. Thank you especially for giving me the space to process everything I needed to process over the past 2 days. As I've begun to see exactly what it is when a phoenix grows her wings and her feathers. I'm seeing how the distortions from that process, they eventually give way to clarity. They eventually give way to the fire that lives within me. I promised you guys, I will not lose myself in darkness. I do not take back anything that I said or did in the past 2 or 3 days. I just sit here with a depth of gratitude that you guys held space for me to process. I'm still not a vindictive person. And I still absolutely believe my response was appropriate for what I've endured. That it is justified for me to feel that the only appropriate thing is to desire the harm that was intended for me to be delivered to the mother of the person who has been so predatory towards me for years now. Still doesn't make me a bad person. It still doesn't make me hateful. And I think today was the day, especially after the gym. Today was the day when I realized the process I'm in is a process that grows my wings in order for my feathers to come in. Nothing gets more attention than a phoenix on the rise, right? No, I'm not vindictive. I'm not. I won't gaslight myself, and I won't hold myself to this space where I feel like I have to continue to exist with an overbearing darkness behind me, just standing behind me, waiting for an opportunity. I do not take back the magical work that I did that was necessary to finally show I am a goddess and I will be treated as such. But I am not a goddess of war. Through to my heart, expanding in my core, I am a goddess of compassion. I am a goddess of grace. And it's time I return back to my place of centeredness. You guys have done a lot to help me raise the necessary funds to retain the lawyer. We're almost there. We're very, very, very close. Everything is going to happen very quickly. Part of me feels like this hurdle, because that's all this person is a hurdle. It was the final hurdle for me to return back to my throne room. Not out of fear, not because I'm retreating, but because I've missed my throne. One of my most prominent lifetimes. And it continues to come forward with much more intensity. Was a lifetime where I lived as an empress. I don't necessarily want that life back, but I've enjoyed feeling that depth of compassion again. Sometimes it's the ugly things in life that help you return to the softness and the grace, not necessarily for other people, more for yourself. That's not selfish. That's appropriate. It's love. I want to thank you guys for the part you play in all my cycles of growth, all my cycles of healing. I want to thank you at a depth where words just do not suffice. But I'm going to say thank you anyways. And I hope you feel the gravity that drenches every letter of each of those words. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. And I hope this talk, I hope it's triggered something within you that has empowered you to a degree that you need in order to reach the next level right along with me. We're doing this together. No one's left behind. We're going to walk, we're going to climb, we're going to do everything. We're going to do it all together. And again, yeah, you can purchase too, Samantha. Here's the thing. And this is like the feeling that I'm being given all day already today. Once all the legalities are done, regardless of how that pans out, I'm not committed to any specific outcome outside of making it clear no more. Everything will be receiving a consequence. So that's all said and done. I feel like a huge part of me will be free to begin doing in-person things with all of you. I feel like it's so important. I feel like it's so important. Excuse me. Everything is going to progress very quickly for our community. I hope you guys are ready. I know you guys are. This is going to be one hell of a ride for all of us. First, I have to attend to that inconvenient business of people needing to be put back in their place. And you guys are helping to make that happen in the most expeditious manner. So I thank you very much. Again, we are very, very close. Very, very close. I think we're like, I want to say about $700 shy of the retainer. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. But I want to say it's about $700 shy of the retainer, and then I can move forward. You guys have already helped to raise quite a bit, quite a bit. So I'm beyond grateful for that. Beyond grateful. I'm going to put the link in both the live streams just in case anyone was wondering what the link is. It's right there. I also have it posted in the community tab of YouTube. I also have it posted on Facebook. It's all over every single website that I own. Emmy Evolving, Soulwork Synergistics, K33academy.com, and the Soul Sanctuary.love. All of those websites, if you go to any of those, you're trying to find the link, it's right there. Is second from the top. It's right there and it tells you everything. It gives you the different options of how you can support, how can you help with the legal fund. You could either donate directly, or there's 3 events that I'm going to be having, and these are all they're going to be super potent. I already feel it because my heart is shifting. I feel my heart shifting. I woke up this morning with literal hatred in my heart. Just hate. The type of hate that made me not know who I was in that moment. I'm about to go to sleep right after this live stream because of a series of unfortunate events leading to this moment of spending time with my community. I can genuinely say I'm going to go to bed with love overflowing beyond just my heart space, running through my entire body, just this love, this hopefulness, just knowing like, fuck, our community is so powerful that you and I, we're stepping into our rightful roles, our rightful places. Our soul purpose is activating, and we are preparing to step forward. Just, it's amazing. It's amazing. No one can keep me in a place of hatred. Not when I'm a goddess of compassion and grace. So, final thing before I go. You decide what type of god and goddess you are. You decide that. Choose wisely. I trust and know you will choose the best option for you and for everyone you know. You know how I know this? Because we're reflections of each other. What a beautiful, bright future we have the power to create. And we will. We will. Guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you guys again very, very soon. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. And just so you guys know, I have finished creating the template for me to be able to live stream on emmyevolving.com regularly. So some of the um, some of the stuff is going to be changing a little bit. I'm going to still be live on Facebook and YouTube. And what I'm going to end up doing is doing a more in-depth read on the Emmy Evolving website. And you guys can all be a part of that. It's going to be like our own little exclusive area for our community. I'm working on making that even more like so we can cut out all of the caca, right? We can cut out the caca and just have the most amazing time together without YT and FB being bichachos. So, have a lot of things in the works, have a lot of different events that me and my team are totally cooking up of how we can come together, share more space. I'm so fucking excited. I'm just so fucking excited. For the first time, possibly in my life, uh, I am not afraid to meet you guys. What? What? Yeah. I'm actually excited to create opportunities for us to share in person space. That, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, that's progress. But I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys soon. I love you. Take care. And you guys, let's hold each other tight, okay? Let's hold each other tight. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, everyone.